Hey there, everybody. Anna here. Good morning. How are you guys? I am so excited to start here with you today and do some reading and learning. I'm just so excited about it. So, I am going to make sure that we are live. I want to just make sure all my connections seem to be working. It looks like I'm live on Facebook, which is super exciting. And I don't know if I'm live on YouTube, so I'm not really sure if I was able to do that, but we'll see. Hello, good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness, look at how many people are here. I'm so excited. Good morning to everyone that's on Zoom. I'm so happy you're here today. We are going to do some learning, and I'm just so excited to share this. I feel like it's the first day of school for me, so I hope you feel that way as well. We're going to have some fun. We're going to read a book. We're going to do some learning. We're going to talk about the story, and then we're going to do some word work instruction, and I am very excited to do this with all of you. So I am just unmuting myself. Good morning, everybody. I'm sure you probably just didn't hear me. I've got literally 4 different technologies going at once. So for those of you who are on Zoom, good morning. How are you? My name is Anna. I'm so happy you joined me today on Zoom for this live lesson. So today's going to be our first live lesson of many, and I'm so happy that you joined me. So right now, what we're doing is I'm just going to let everyone kind of jump in and get into our live feed so we could get started. But we're not going to waste too much time because you know what? We got to get to learning and reading. So just for those of you that are watching at home, for parents and students, my name is Anna DiGilio. I was a second grade teacher for 23 years. I just retired from the classroom about 2 years ago. I live in New York, and we are all home now. Everyone is home. So I figured it'd be so much fun to get online and meet children from around the world and do some reading and learning, because that's what my favorite thing to do is. I loved teaching reading to my students in my own second grade class. So I'm excited to bring children on here with me and learn together. So just want to make sure everybody could hear me. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to just make sure that everybody could hear me. So for those of you that are on Zoom with me, can you just raise your hand if you can see me and hear me? Just raise your hand. Great. Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. This is so exciting to see so many of you on Zoom. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually share this out quickly just so you guys can see how many of you are live today. I'm so excited about this. This is great. So basically, let's get started. I want to tell you some of the things that you're going to need today with you for this lesson. So what we're going to need are some simple materials. So next to me, I have scissors. You're going to need scissors. So you could have, if you have child scissors, that's great. You're going to need a glue stick. If you have crayons, that would be great too. If you have markers, that would be terrific. A pencil, and then if you have some paper or a notebook, that would be great too. So you just need some basic supplies for us to do our lesson today, and I'm excited to get started. Now, if you do at home have magnetic letters of any kind, or letter tiles, or even Scrabble letters, if you have a Scrabble game at home, take it out, bring out those letters. I know there was a game called Bananagrams. If you have that, get those letters out. Any kind of letter tiles you have, or magnetic letters that might be on your refrigerator, get them out. They'll be helpful. And if you don't have magnetic letters, that's okay too. We could do some writing on paper. So not to worry if you don't have letters. We will make it work, I promise. So, oh my goodness, look at how many people are here. I'm so excited to see all of you. I am actually going to share Zoom, and I'm going to unmute so everybody could say hi. So let me just get it on live. See if you guys can see it. I'm going to unmute all of you, and then I'm going to mute you because it will be really loud. So I'm going to unmute all of you. Say hi, everybody. I am so excited to see you all here. This is so exciting.
Hello.
Hi. This is exciting. So I am going to, we're gonna get started. I just muted everybody because there's a lot of people on our Zoom call. So we are going to get started within the next 1 minute. We're going to get started with our lesson. And we're going to do some fun things today. We're going to work on some sight words. We are going to read a book called Finding Their Way. It's an adorable story. It's got little chicks in it. So we're going to read this story called Finding Their Way. And then we're going to do some comprehension work to talk about how we can understand the book better. And then we're going to do some writing. So in the message, I'm pretty sure on Facebook, you should be able to see all of the links. I've provided the links to the printable pieces of paper that you might need. Or if you are working with the digital slides, you could open those digital slides up on your iPad or your laptop or your Chromebook or whatever you have. This allows you to use on a digital portion, a digital way of learning. So you could either do it on your iPad or Chromebook, or you could print out the materials that I provided in the comments above. Anya, I'm going to ask you if you could possibly, yes, she's the best. Anya's the best. She's my assistant. She actually posted the links in the comments of the Zoom call. So if you want to print out the sheets for your child to do that with you, great. If you want to do it on a digital tablet or laptop or computer, you could do that too. So I'm trying to give you as many options as I can so we can all interact together with the lesson. So again, for those of you hopping on, just get some simple materials. We want pencils, scissors, glue stick, crayons, markers, paper, okay? Those are the things that we're gonna need. And let me just tell you how the lesson's gonna go. We're gonna do a little bit of sight word instruction. We're gonna talk about some sight words. We're gonna do a quick 1 to 2 minute practice on writing sight words. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to read our book called Finding Their Way. Then we're gonna talk about cause and effect. And then we're going to do some summarizing. And I'm also going to give you guys some homework to do to print out. These are going to be questions that you could do after we end the live at home with mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or your babysitter or friend or whoever it is that you're home with. They can help you with answering those questions as well. So I am excited. If you're excited at home on Zoom, give me a thumbs up. Let me see those thumbs. Are you excited? Yeah, I see those thumbs. All right. Good, good, good. All right. If you guys have a white crayon, also get out a white crayon and a marker, because if you don't have magnetic letters, I'm going to have you use a white crayon and a marker. So if you don't have magnetic letters, get out a white crayon and a marker, because I'm going to give you a couple of different ways to do some practice with the words that we are going to work on. All right, so I think we're going to get started. Anya is my assistant. She is absolutely on Zoom, and she is on Facebook as well. I am not really going to stop too much during the live because I really just want this to be direct teaching. So I'm not going to stop that often to answer questions, but I will at the end add some time for questions if you guys have any questions. So I believe also for those of you that are on Zoom with me, because there are so many of you, which is super exciting. You don't have to share your video. If you don't want to be on video, you don't have to. You could just click that stop video button. If you want to share your video, I see all these great little faces with me, and I'm so excited about it. This is exciting. So we're going to jump in and get started. The first thing we're going to do today is we're going to work on some sight words. These are 3 words that are actually in the book, Finding Their Way. So we are going to work on these 3 sight words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a question. So I'm going to share my Zoom screen with Facebook too. I want to know, I'm going to unmute you all. So let's see how this works. I'm going to unmute you all. Everybody, can you tell me what this word is? Everybody yell it out. What is this sight word? Good. This is were. What is this sight word? Place. Good. Very good. This is place. There's a lot of noise because so many people are on, but this is place, And this last word, if you know this word, yell it out at home. What is this sight word? This is another. Now, these might be harder sight words for you, especially if you're in first or second grade. If you're in third and fourth grade, these might be words that you already know. But that's okay. It really does, at this point, with this kind of learning that we're doing, it's okay that if we're in different grades, because if you're in fourth grade, you're going to be doing a lot more writing about the book. If you're in first grade, we might just do one sentence about the book. So we're going to try and differentiate this lesson for all of the grades that are on with me today. All right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some sight word practice. Now, the way we're going to do that is a couple of ways. Now, if you have a whiteboard at home, and you have a whiteboard marker, we can do some sight word work on here. If you don't, another way to do that is by taking one of these clear plastic page protectors from like a binder, and you can use this as a whiteboard. I just put a white piece of paper in it and a plastic page protector, and you can use this as a whiteboard if you don't really have this whiteboard. All right? So, and if you don't have either of these things, you can use your white paper with your white crayon and your marker, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing I want us to do, boys and girls, is I want you to write the word were. Right now, you can either use your white crayon, we're going to do magic words, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. I'm going to write the word were on my paper with a white crayon. And you might be saying, Anna, I can't see it. But that's why they're magic words, and I'm sure many of you have done this in your class. After you write the word in white crayon, I want you to take a marker, any color you want, and I want you to color over that word. And then look what happens. They magically appear. Those are called invisible words. Those are called invisible words. I'm going to go back to full screen on Facebook so everybody can see me. So as you can see, I wrote the word were in a white crayon, and then I colored over it with marker. Now, another way to do this is if you have a whiteboard, I want everyone to write down the word were. Everyone write that down. Were. Let's practice it. Everybody write down the word were. Let me ask a question. What letter am I missing right here? What letter is missing here in the word were? What letter is missing? Everybody yell it out. Ah, I see some of you yelled that out. Yes, E, very good. Everyone write the word were again. W-E-R-E. Everyone write it again. Were. Now, for those of you that have magnetic letters, make the word were with your magnetic letters. Make the word were. Now what you could do is mix up those letters and build it again. Were. The more we build it, the better we will remember these sight words. Because remember, sight words are those kinds of words that we really can't sound out. They don't follow any of those patterns that we learn in school. So those sight words are words that we just have to know and remember and be able to just read right away. They're sight words. Those are high frequency words, right? Let's do the word place. Let's do the word place. If you are doing invisible letters, I want you to write the word place on your white sheet of paper. White crayon, write the word place. So as you can see, you can't see my word place, can you? Take your marker, color over the word place. Color right over it. I'm using pink. I should probably use a darker marker, but this is what I have available. And there's my magic word place. It shows up. So we're doing invisible words. If you're not using the white marker, use your whiteboard or just a white piece of paper. Write the word place. Place. Everyone, let's point to each letter and say the letter. P, L, A, C, E. Place. Let's do it again. P, L, A, C, E. Place. Excellent. I'm going to ask a question. You ready, everybody? What letter is missing here from my word right here? I'm hoping you could see this. What letter is missing right here? Yell it out. Let me see if I can see you at home. Yeah, I see you're saying it. Good. We're missing the letter C. Everyone write the word place again. P-L-A-C-E. Place. Now, for those of you at home, you could also do some fun things with sight words. You could take shaving cream. It's a great tactile activity. A little messy, but it'll clean your table. Put some shaving cream on the table and have your child write the sight words in the shaving cream. It's a great tactile experience for your child to practice sight words. Boys and girls, if you're using magnetic letters, let's make the word place. P, ooh, A. And that C makes the S sound here because C sometimes makes the S or the K sound. It makes two sounds. Very good. Make the word place. So you're either making them with magnetic letters, you're writing them on paper, or you're doing invisible words. Your choice. I want to give you lots of different choices depending on the kind of materials you have in front of you. All right? Let's practice our last word and then we're going to get into the book. All right, you ready? Last word I want you to practice right now is the word another. Let me put it up here. The word, let me make sure this is in, there we go. Let's practice the word another. I want you to write that down, white crayon, and cover it with marker. Do that now. Or you could make the word another with your magnetic letters, okay? Or you could do it on a whiteboard. I want to be able to give you lots of different ways to practice these words. Now remember, if you don't have a real whiteboard at home, just get a clear page protector and a white piece of paper, and you've got a whiteboard. Just use a white buff marker. Let's write the word another. Another. Good job. Write the word another. Let's say each letter. Let's say each letter. I'm going to see how this goes. I'm going to unmute you guys and see how this goes. Here we go. Okay, let's say each letter. A. N. O. T. H. E. R. What's the word? What's it? Another. Good, good, good. Good job, guys. I'm so proud of you. So now, we have 3 words we learned today. Everyone say this word. What's this word? Another. Good. What's this word, everybody? Let me see you. I'm watching you. This word is place. What's this last word we practiced? Were. We're going to do one more time. Let's write each word one more time. Let's all write the word another one more time and say the letters as you write them. A. N. O. T. H. E. R. Another. Did you write it? Shake your head yes if you wrote it. Let me see those yeses. All right. Woohoo! Way to go, guys. And my parents that are on Facebook, I would love for you to share this out, everybody. Share it out on your feeds because that will help me reach more kids and parents. It's the only way Facebook is going to say, yes, this is good stuff. So please share out this live feed with everybody. I would love for you to share it on your pages. And hey, if you've got your whiteboard in front of you, show it to me. I want to see it. Let me see your whiteboards. Put it up. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see invisible letters. You guys are doing great. Look at you. Oh, I'm so impressed. Awesome job, guys. Wow, that is impressive. I am so proud of you. You're all doing your sight words. Great job. All right, let's do our second word. Everyone write the word place. Let's write it. Say the words as you write them. P, L, A, C, E, place. Say the word again. Place. Good job. Give me a thumbs up, guys, if you wrote the word place. All right, all right, all right. And last word, let's write the word were. Let's write it. Were. Let's say the letters. W-E-R-E. Were. Good job, guys. Sight word instruction is super quick. It doesn't take a long time. We want to just practice a couple of words every day because these are words we've got to remember quickly. So when we're reading, we become better readers because we know those words quickly. All right? So now we're going to get right to our book. We're going to move on to Finding Their Way. I'm so excited to share this book with you. I lost my cap. Oh, here it is. We're going to move on to Finding Their Way, and I'm going to share that book with you right now. So let me get onto that page. We're going to start the story, Finding Their Way. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you could see the book instead of me. All right, here we go. All right, so now, boys and girls, you should be seeing the book, Finding Their Way. Give me a thumbs up if you see it. Do you guys? All right, woohoo, very good. And what we're going to do is I'm going to play this story for you. Now, if you're a third or a fourth grader watching this video and you want to read this book independently, shut off the audio right now and don't listen to it. But if you're a child in first grade or second grade and you want to listen to the story being read, you can do that as well, all right? So we're going to play this story for you now. It's called Finding Their Way, and it's about a mother chick and a mother chicken and her 5 little baby chicks. And they're very curious little creatures, and they don't always listen to their mother. So let's see what happens to our little chicks that don't always listen to their mother. Let's see what happens. And we're going to read the story, Finding Their Way. All right.
Finding Their Way.
Give me a thumbs up if you heard that, everybody. Thumbs up on Zoom. Yes. Excellent. Here we go.
Once upon a time, there were 5 little chicks named Nick, Bick, Quick, Lick, and Tick. They lived in a chicken coop on Mr. Green's farm. There were lots of other animals on the farm too. There were pigs, cows, horses, sheep, dogs, and cats. They all lived in the big red barn. Inside, it smelled like farm animals. The chicks were curious. This got them in trouble. Mother Hen pecked at them, but they did not listen. They would run away when she wasn't looking. They did not understand the world is a dangerous place sometimes. One time the chicks saw pink animals. Those animals said, oink. They were rolling in brown goo. The chicks ran into the pig pen. They fell in the mud. Oh, was Mother Hen mad. Another time, Mr. Green climbed onto a big machine. The chicks were curious. They ran to see what it was. When Mr. Green started up the big tractor with the loud vroom, they quickly ran off. One day, Mother Hen was taking a nap. Those silly chicks ran under the fence and down a hill. They ran and ran without looking back. Nick, Bick, Quick, Lick, and Tick soon got tired. Their little webbed feet began to hurt. They were hungry. They were thirsty. They stopped for a moment. Woe is me, said Bick and Tick. I am tired, said Quick. I am hungry enough to eat a horse, said Nick. What is that? Asked Lick. He pointed to a shadow. Something was hiding in the tall grass. It had a long, bushy tail. It had a long snout. It was a fox, just like their mother had warned them about. They were too scared to move. Finally, in his loudest voice, Nick yelled, "Peep, peep!" That meant run. The chicks began to hurry back. They ran through twigs. They laid low in the tall grass. They hid behind rocks. It was scary, but the fox could not find them. He could not see the tiny, yellow balls of fluff in the tall grass. Finally, the chicks got close to the farm, and Roscoe the dog chased the fox away. Wow, that was close, peeped the chicks. Thanks for getting us back safely, Nick, they all said. To thank him, the siblings each gave Nick an extra helping of chicken feed that night.
All right, guys. So that was our book, Finding Their Way. Now later on, if you want to come back to this video, you can come back and listen to the story again. Not only that, but if you also go to my website, I have this book on there as well if you want to listen to it again. So I will also post that link below just in case you want to go back and listen to the story again, you can do that. So our chicks were curious little creatures, weren't they? Yes, they were. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a really, really quick lesson on something we call cause and effect. Really quick. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to take two fingers and go like this and put them on your heads and say, what happened? What happened? What happened? Keep saying that to yourself. I want you to think about something super simple that happened and a simple little sentence about what happened. And I'm going to start with you. I'm going to start for one, and then I'm going to try and come on and I'm going to see if I can get one of you to give me another idea. So when we talk about cause and effect, I want you to first think about something simple that happened, right? Something simple that happened. So a simple sentence that happened was, let's say, the fox chased the chicks. Is that true? Did that happen? Give me a thumbs up if that happened. Good. So I'm going to write the fox chased the chicks. That's what happened. Now let me ask a question. Why did that happen? Why did the fox chase the chicks? What was the reason? I'm going to unmute someone. Raise your hand if you want to answer and tell me why the fox chased the chicks. Who has their hands up? Let's see. I'm going to unmute you. I don't know your name, so because your name isn't on there, so I'm going to unmute you. I just unmuted you, a little girl raising her hand. It says HCSD under your name.
That's you. So I think the fox chased the chicks because they can usually eat chickens, and that's true. And I think that's why the fox chased the chicks.
Excellent, because he wanted to eat them, didn't he? Yeah, what's your name?
Aubrey.
Aubrey, thank you so much. So Aubrey just said the fox wanted to eat the chicks. So we have the fox chased the chicks, and Aubrey used that great word, because, everyone say the word because the fox wanted to eat the chicks. Now watch what happens. This is the cause. The cause is why it happened. The fox wanted to eat the chicks, so the fox chased the chicks. That's how we do cause and effect. We do cause and effect by thinking about what happened. Simple sentence. The fox chased the chicks. And then we say, well, why did he do that? What was the reason? And we use that great word, because the fox wanted to eat the chicks. Now, we can read it going forward using the word so. Everyone say the word so. Now let's read it. The fox wanted to eat the chicks, so the fox chased the chicks. That's how we do cause and effect. And sometimes those words cause and effect are really, really confusing to us. But all you have to say to yourself is, what happened? What happened? Well, one thing that happened was the fox chased the chicks. That happened, right? And then we say, well, why did that happen? And Aubrey told us, well, it happened because the fox will eat the chicks. He wants to eat them, unfortunately, but that's true. And that was the cause. So the way we do that is first saying to ourselves, what happened? I always do that. I always taught my students to say, what happened? What happened? And we said the fox chased the chicks because, good word, the fox wanted to eat the chicks. Then we read it forward using the word so. The fox wanted to eat the chicks, so the fox chased the chicks. All right, so we're going to do one more, and then we're going to do some writing. And I am going to call on one of the students that are alive here. So I want you to say to yourself right now, I want to see everybody doing this. What happened? What happened? Say it with me. What happened? I want a simple sentence of what happened. And I'm going to call on you. Raise your hand if you want to speak and tell me what happened. Let's see. Owen, I'm going to unmute you, Owen. All right, Owen, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
The fox chased the chicks away, and
that happened, right? The fox chased the chicks away, right?
yes.
Tell me more.
And then the chicks ran away, and then they went all the way back home.
And then they ran back home. So you said the fox chased the chicks away. Let's write that down. The fox chased the chicks away, period. So I wrote what you just said. Owen, the fox chased the chicks away. Now, let's put a because on that. Because the fox chased the chicks away because why? Why?
Because foxes like to eat chicks.
Because the fox liked to eat chicks. Now, he was hoping to catch them, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was definitely hoping to catch them. So say that again. Because the fox what?
Because the fox likes to eat chicks.
The fox likes to eat chicks. Yep. That was great, Owen. Excellent. So he didn't want to chase them away, did he, Owen?
No.
What did he want to do?
He did.
What did he want to do?
He wanted to eat them.
He totally did, but he didn't achieve his goal, did he?
Nope.
Good job, Owen. Thank you for sharing. Does someone else want to share something specific that happened? I want to see everyone here. Everyone say, what happened? Do it again. What happened? Do it again. What happened? So someone shares something. I'm going to unmute one of you, and I want you to tell me a simple sentence. What happened? Let me see. Who's raising their hand? Everybody raise your hand who wants to answer. Let's see. How about Parker and Pierce? Let's see. Parker and Pierce. Can you tell me something that happened?
The chicks weren't listening to their mom.
You're right. They weren't listening to their mom, right? So I'm going to write that down. Are you Parker or Pierce?
Pierce.
Pierce. So Pierce said the chicks did not listen to their mom. I wrote that down, Pierce. The chicks did not listen to their mom. Now tell me, why? Why didn't the chicks listen to their mom? Why did they do that? Why didn't they listen? Why didn't they listen, Pierce? Do you know why? So let me ask you a question, Pierce. Did you ever do something, let's say your mom said, don't eat that snack, and you ate the snack, right? Were we being good listeners if we ate the snack and mom told us not to?
Not good listeners.
Right. Are the chicks good listeners?
No.
No, they're not. So we're going to say the chicks did not listen to their mom because, why, Pierce? The chicks what?
They weren't listening.
Very good. The chicks weren't listening. Good job, Pierce. Now I'm going to say exactly what Pierce just said. The chicks did not listen to their mom because the chicks weren't listening. Now I'm going to read it forward. Who remembers what word I say when I read it forward? What, do you remember the word, Pierce?
The chicks were not listening because they were being good.
They weren't being good listeners. Now watch as I read it this way. The chicks weren't listening, so the chicks did not listen to their mom. Or we could say the chicks weren't being good listeners, so the chicks did not listen to their mom. So when we're talking about books and we're thinking about how to think about what happened and why it happened, all you have to do is do simple sentences. What happened? What happened? What happened? Another simple one would be, Didn't the dog chase away the fox? That happened. The dog chased away the fox. Why? Because the dog cared about the chicks. He didn't want the chicks to get eaten. So that's another thing that happened in the story. So when we're thinking about the stories that we read, say to yourself, what happened? And think about simple little things. Well, this happened, and then say, well, why did it happen? It happened because, and you give a reason. Using that word because is so important when you're thinking about things that happened in the story. You guys did a great job with cause and effect. Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, this is great. So when we are thinking about cause and effect, just say to yourself, what do we say? What happened? What happened? And then we use that big word, because. All right, give me a thumbs up, guys. Way to go, way to go. We're going to move along. We're going to go through this lesson quickly because we want to make sure we can get through the whole lesson. So we worked on sight words. We read the book already, Finding Their Way. We talked about things that happened in the story, and we used the word because to say why they happened. That's talking about cause and effect, all right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of word work. We're going to practice some phonics skills, and then we're going to talk about beginning, middle, and end, and we're going to talk about retelling the story. So here's what we're going to do next. I provided you with a couple of different things. I provided you with this sheet, which is, I'm pretty sure you guys can see me whole screen on Zoom. I gave you this sheet for making words. You can also use magnetic letters. Where did I put my magnetic letter board? It was literally in front of me, and now it's not. No idea where I put it. Here it is. Or you can use magnetic letters. So I have all my magnetic letters ready. So I got them ready before I started. So you can either use these letters, and if you have them, start cutting them out. And you know what? If you don't want to cut them out, you don't have to. We can do it with writing as well. I'm going to show you all different ways to do this activity. Another way you can do it is by doing it on Google Slides like I showed you. So if you have Google Slides open, I'm actually going to show that to you right now. I'm going to show you the Google Slides page, and we are going to work on making words. So let me open up to my Google Slides. So here's my Google Slides, and I'm going to share this page. All right, so everyone should now be seeing the Google Slides page, or you can cut these letters out and start making the words that I say, or you can use your whiteboard and you can write the words I say again, or you can use the magnetic letters. So you guys are going to follow me and follow what I say, and you're going to make the words, you're going to build the words we make together. Now today we're going to work on long E. Does anyone know what the long E sound makes? I'm going to call on someone. Who knows what sound? Raise your hand. Who knows what sound the long E makes? Let's see. I'm going to unmute you, Jasmine. I'm going to unmute you. Jasmine, tell me what sound the long E makes. E. Everybody say E. Good. Now, we're going to make the long E today using two E's together. That's how we're going to make the long E today. This is called a vowel team. So we're going to use the long E vowel team of EE. That's what we're going to do today. So you're either going to take your magnetic letters or your printable letters or your Google Slides that you have in front of you, and we're going to start building some words. Are we ready, everybody? Here we go. I want you to build the word weep. Weep. What do we hear? We hear w-e-p. Weep. Let me see your fingers. Do it with me. Let's sound out this word. W-e-p. Weep. Grab that word. I love seeing your fingers, Matthew. Good job, Matthew. I just saw your fingers. Way to go. Let me see everybody do their fingers. Let's do it together. W-e-p. Weep. Now I'm going to actually go back on, I want to make sure people on Facebook can see me. I want you guys to watch what I'm doing with my fingers. W-e-p. weep. Everybody grab the word. Let's do it again. Weep. Weep. One more time. Weep. Weep. Great job. Now, let's build the word weep. What do we hear? And then what? P. Weep. Let's say it again. Weep. Now let's sound it out again. Weep. Very good. Do it again, everybody. Let me see those fingers. I want to see those fingers, everyone. Weep. Good job. All right, now here comes the tricky part. So I'm going to go back on Google Slides. Now that we know what we're going to do with our fingers, I'm going to go back to Google Slides to show everybody Google Slides. Those of you that are doing Google Slides on Zoom, it's super simple to do it. I'm going to share my screen with you. It's super simple to use Google Slides as well, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so you're either using Google Slides or you're using magnetic letters or you're using the printable pages. Here we go. Now I want you to change the word weep to the word sweep. Now we have eep already on our page, right? Or it's either on our page or it's on our Google Slides or it's on our whiteboard. We just made the word weep. Now we're going to change the word weep to the word sweep. I will sweep the floor with a broom. Sweep. I'm going to call on someone. To tell me what I have to do to the word weep to change it to sweep. Raise your hand if you want to answer the question. So let's see. I don't see everyone's name. Let's see. Where are we? Let SDISHONG. That's you. I don't know your name. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I don't think your microphone is on. Say hello. Let me unmute you. Hold on. Let's try again. Okay, you're unmuted. Say hello. No, I can't hear you yet. I'll come back to you to do another one, okay? I promise I'll come back to you to do another one. Raise your hand if you could tell me what to add to sweep. What to add to the word weep. Let me call on Brandon. I'm going to unmute you, Brandon. Brandon, can you tell me what do I add to the word weep to make it sweep? Wait, hold on. Let me unmute you. Hold on. Brandon, say that again. What do I add?
An S to the W.
Woohoo! We add an S right in front of the W. Now, boys and girls, let's get those fingers ready. We're going to put the SW together because that's a blend. Let me hear you. Sweep. Grab it. Sweep. Do it again. Sweep. Sweep. What's this word, everybody? Sweep. Good job. Excellent. Hold on. I'm going full screen for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so I am going to, now what I want you to do is I want you to take the word sweep. You ready? Listen. Make the word sweet. Sweet. So we're going to change the word sweep to the word sweet. Sweet. That's what we're going to do. Change the word sweep to the word sweet. Sweet. And I'm going to come back to this young lady who couldn't get her microphone on. I just unmuted you. Does your microphone work now? Say hello. No, not yet. I'll come back. Don't worry. I will keep trying. I promise. All right. So I'm going to call on someone else. Raise your hand. Can you tell me, how do we change the word sweep to the word sweet? Let's see. Olivia and Emma. I'm going to unmute you. Hold on. Okay, Olivia and Emma, how do we change the word sweep to the word sweet?
T.
Where do I put the T?
Next to the E.
Right after this E or this E? The first E or the second E?
The second.
Good job. So I'm going to change the P to a, what letter?
T.
Good. All right, let's all blend it together. Let me see those fingers, everybody. Sweet. Grab it. Sweet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unmute you all for a second. You ready? We're going to do it together. I want to hear all of you. Here we go. Eat. Sweet. Do it again. Eat. Sweet. Good job. Here we go, guys. We're going to change the word sweet, and we're going to make it, you ready? Make the word sweet and change it to sheet. Change the word sweet to the word sheet. And I want to know how you're going to do that. How are you going to do that? I'm going to try our lovely little friend again that we couldn't hear her before. I'm going to unmute you. Let's see if this worked now. Hold on. Wait, I keep muting you. Hold on. All right, let's try again. Can I hear you now? Say something. No, I don't hear you yet. There, look at the bottom of Zoom. There's a little microphone, a little arrow next to the microphone. Press up. You might have to click microphone and give it access. All right? And I promise I'll come back to you. I will. All right, who else can tell me, how do we change the word sweet to the word sheet? Who could tell me? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let's see who's got their hand up. How about Sophia and Valeria? I'm going to unmute you. Hold on. Okay, tell me how to change sweet to the word sheet.
So you change the SW into an SH?
Woohoo! Excellent. So I'm going to change, and we're going to swap out the W and change SW to SH. And what was your name?
Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. How are you? Thanks for helping me. I appreciate it. All right, let me see those fingers, everyone. You ready? Let's sound out the word sheet. We're going to sound out each of those sounds. Now, SH together makes one sound, and the sound is sh, eat. Grab the word, sheet. Do it again. Sh, eat, sheet. Good job, guys. Excellent. Are we ready for the next word? Are we ready for the next word? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, here we go. We're going to change the word sheet to the word sheep. 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 Change the word sheet to the word sheep. Again, you can be doing this with your letters that I gave you, or you can be doing this on, again, you could just be simply writing these words on a white piece of paper. We don't need anything fancy for learning, right? We just need our brains and some fun. That's all we need. So who can tell me, I'm going to call on one of you, who can tell me how to change the word sheet to the word sheep? Let's see. I'm going to go back to my young lady that's microphone didn't work, and I'm going to unmute you. Let's see if this works. Say hello. Oh, I can't hear you yet. Keep trying. I'm going to come back to you. I promise. I promise. Let me call on. Let me see who I haven't called on yet. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. My computer's a little slow when we're going live. So I have Themby. I'm going to unmute you, Themby. Themby, can you tell me how do we change the word sheet to the word sheep?
S.
How do I change sheet to the word
Evan.
sheep? Do you know what letter I'm going to change?
She to what?
So we're going to change sheep to the word sheep, like the animal, sheep. What letter would I change?
P.
That's right. Where would I add that P?
At the end.
Yes, very good. Now we made the word sheep. Great job, Themby. Excellent work. Way to go. Everyone, let me see those fingers. Let's sound it out. Sh, eep. Pull it. Sheep. Excellent. I love, Gio, I think that's you, Gio. I see you with your hands and your fingers. Way to go. I'm so proud of you. Let's do it one more time. Let me see those fingers. Sh, eep. Sheep. Way to go. Okay, we're going to make our last word. Are you ready? The last word, we're going to change sheep to the word steep. Steep. Like the cliff is very steep. That's the word, steep. I'm gonna let you hear me say it. Steep. Steep. Tell me, what letter am I going to change in the word sheep to make it steep? The cliff was very steep. Let me see who's got their hands up. Abby and Christy, I'm going to unmute you. Abby and Christy, what letter will I change in the word sheep to make the word sheet? I'm sorry, steep.
Steep, go ahead.
You'll change the H to a T.
Yes, very good. You changed the H to a T. All right, let me see those fingers. Abby, can you do it out loud for us? Go ahead.
Steep.
Good. Now let's put ST together. Let's do st. Do that with me. St. Now do EE. E. Steep. Let's do it again. Put that ST together because it's a blend, so we want to put it together. Let's do it again. Are you Abby or Christy?
Abby.
Abby.
Lily.
My name's actually Lily.
Oh, Lily. It says Abby on your paper. That's what your name for some reason. So you're Lily, right? All right, Lily, let's do it together. Put those ST together. St. E. P. Steep. Way to go. Everybody, I want you to give yourselves a high five. High five to everybody. Woohoo! Way to go. So today, great job, Abby. I'm sorry, Lily, I'm so proud of you. Good work. Thank you. Good job. So boys and girls, today we worked on some making words activities and we worked on the long E sound. And these are easy ways to practice words by making other words, changing the beginning sound, changing the ending sound. This helps us to be better readers. Now you might say, what does this have to do with reading? But it has a lot to do with reading because once we practice like the double E, long E sound, this vowel team, when we see it when we're reading, we'll say, hey, I know that's a long E sound. And it will be easy for you to start sounding out those words you don't know. So today we worked on long E vowel team. Tomorrow we're going to work on a different skill. We're going to be doing sharks and whales tomorrow. That's tomorrow's lesson. So the last thing we're going to do today, after now we're done with our word work, we are going to move into talking about the story. We're going to do a quick discussion about the story and thinking about the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. That's what we're going to be thinking about right now. So I might unmute some of you to help me with this. Now I provided you with this printable that says beginning, middle, and end. And the way you work with this one is, let me get my scissor. I had it out. My desk is very messy. So what you do is really simple. I printed this out double-sided, as you can see. And then what we're going to do is take a scissor and we're going to cut straight up these dotted lines. I'm not cutting both sheets, only the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write about the beginning of the story. We're going to write about the middle of the story, and we're going to write about the end of the story. Now, for those of you that have your Google Slides open, that will be on this page. I'm going to share it with you right now so you can see it. Let me make that go live. So if you're working on Google Slides, you should see that right now. I'm going to open it up on my Google Slides so you can see it. Hold on, I got to get there. Somehow, my iPad's not working, technology. But if you're working on Google Slides, that's what you're going to use to type about the beginning, middle, and end of the story. If you're working on this piece of paper, you can do it right here. And if not, can you just use a regular piece of paper? Absolutely. You can use a regular notebook. Now remember, if you're in first or second grade, we want to try and write 1 or 2 sentences. And if you're in second grade, you might be able to write 3 or 4 sentences. If you're in 4th grade, you might be able to write an entire paragraph. And if you can't, and you can write 1 or 2 sentences, that's great too. We're going to do as much as we can with what we already know about writing. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the beginning of the story. Now, We read Finding Their Way today. And when we're thinking about the beginning, middle, and end of the story, when the author writes a book, which happens to be me, when the author writes a book, the author says when he writes a book, well, I have to make sure everyone knows about the beginning of the story and they know the setting and they know who the characters are. And then in the middle of the story, that's where all the action's going to take place. That's where the problem is going to happen. And then the end, there's some type of solution to that problem typically when an author is writing a story. If it's a different type of book, it might be a sequencing book. But for this particular book, Finding Their Way, it has a really clear beginning, middle, and end. It's pretty clear. So in the beginning of the story, the author, which happens to be me, the author introduces you to our chicks, and it tells you that they live on Mr. Green's farm. So here's the question. When we're writing about the story, we want to start writing with, in the beginning of the story. In the beginning of the story. That's our sentence starter. Now the word beginning is on your paper, and it's also on your Google Slides if you're using the Google Slides. You can also be writing this in your notebook. Remember, it doesn't matter how we're doing the work. We're going to do the best we can. And if you don't know how to spell the word beginning, what are we going to do? We're going to stretch that word out and try our best. So we're going to write in the beginning, and I'm going to ask one of my students that are online, to tell me what happened in the beginning of the story. So, in the beginning of the story, this is the way we're going to start our sentence. In the beginning of the story, just like I did right here. In the beginning of the story. And I'm going to call on one of my students that's live, and I'm going to ask you to tell me what happened in the beginning of the story. In the beginning of the story, we learn about the chicks and we learn about the farm. I want you to tell me one or two sentences about the beginning of the story. Who wants to tell us that? Let's see. I'm going to try and pick on someone that has their hand raised that wants to tell us what happened in the beginning of the story. Let's see. Trying to see all of my different little ones that are online with me. All right, I see all my live ones on my first page. So hold on, I'm going to call on someone. Who can tell me what happened in the beginning of the story? Let's see. Hey, let's start with, Brandon, let's start with you, Brandon. I'm going to unmute you. Tell me what happened in the beginning of the story.
The chicks were curious about when they were outside, so they wanted to see what else was outside besides their old house.
Oh, good. They were very curious, right? So we could say in the beginning of the story, where did the chicks live, Brandon? Where did they live?
In their chicken coop.
They lived in their chicken coop. Okay, so we could say in the beginning of the story, the chicks lived. Did they live on a farm on Mr. Green's farm, Brandon?
Yes.
Can we write that?
Yes.
Absolutely. In the beginning of the story, the chicks lived on Mr. Brown's farm.
It's Mr. Green.
I said Brown. I don't know why. It's Mr. Green. Thank you, Brandon. I'm so glad you're here with me. I think I need another cup of coffee, Brandon. In the beginning of the story, the chicks lived on Mr. Green's farm. Now, the next thing you told me, Brandon, was that they were really curious, right?
Yeah.
And they wanted to check things out that weren't part of the farm, did they?
Yeah.
Right. And did their mother want them to do it?
No.
No. So I'm going to get another piece of paper so I don't erase that. So I'm going to say, in the beginning of the story, the chicks lived on Mr. Green's farm. And Brandon, you told me the chicks were what? The chicks were?
Curious.
Curious. And did they listen to their mom?
No.
No, they didn't. And they didn't listen to their mom. This is a pretty simple way to write about the beginning. And Brandon, you did a great job. So we have in the beginning of the story, the chicks lived on Mr. Green's farm. And you said the chicks, I missed a word, the chicks were curious and they didn't listen to their mom. Is that what happened in the beginning, Brandon?
Yes.
Did we introduce the characters in the beginning?
No.
Did we say that there were chicks in the story?
Yes.
Did we say that they lived on a farm?
Yes.
And did we say that they were curious and they didn't listen to their mom?
Yes.
That's exactly what happened in the beginning of the story. On the first 2 pages, that's exactly what happens. It tells us about the chicks, it tells us where they live, and it tells us that they're curious little creatures, and it also tells us that they're not really listening to their mom. Brandon, you did a great job with the beginning of the story. Excellent, excellent work. I'm so proud of you. Way to go. That's a simple way to summarize the beginning of the story. Tell who the characters are, what the setting is. So characters were the chicks, the setting was the farm, and just a little bit about them. We know they were curious and they didn't listen to their mom. That's the beginning of the story. That's how you take the whole beginning and squeeze it down to 1 or 2 sentences. Really simple. Do we have to write 10 sentences about the beginning? No. We just have to write a few sentences about the beginning. All right, so now we're going to move to the middle of the story. So now that we know that the chicks live on the farm and they aren't really good listeners and they're very curious, what happened in the middle? What was the most important part of the middle of the story? The most important part of the middle. I'm going to get another whiteboard. What's the most important part of the middle of the story? And the way we're going to start this sentence is in the middle. Simple. In the middle. My handwriting is very messy because I'm doing it like this. In the middle. What happened in the middle of the story? Now, do we want to go into tons of detail about the middle of the story, saying that they went into the pig's mud and they went by the tractor? Do we want to go into all of those details? Or do we want to go to the most important main part of the story? What should we do? Do we tell every single little detail or the main part of the story? Aubrey, tell me. Every detail or main part?
The main part in the middle is that their mom tells the chicks to watch out for foxes and not get lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chicks just jump and the chicks go below the fence and they get kind of lost and the fox almost gets them.
Very good. Excellent. So we know Aubrey just told us the main part of the middle was about how the chicks left the farm and the fox almost got them, which is pretty scary for the fox, right, Aubrey? I mean, for the chicks, right, Aubrey? So did Aubrey tell me about the tractor and did Aubrey tell me about them going in the mud and all of those little details? No. She told me the biggest detail, the most important detail in the middle was how they left the farm and they were chased by a fox and almost eaten. Was that the most important part, Aubrey?
Yes.
Good job. Excellent. So we're going to write exactly what Aubrey just told us. So in the middle of the story, we're going to write this down. The chicks left the farm and were chased by what, everybody? Oh, a fox. That's what happened in the middle of the story. In the middle of the story, the chicks left the farm and they were chased by a fox. That was the main thing that happened in the middle of the story. The main thing. We always want to pick the most important part of the middle, where the biggest problem happens or where the biggest conflict happens. So in the middle of the story, the chicks left the farm and were chased by a fox. Were they almost eaten? Give me a thumbs up if the chicks were almost eaten. Good job. So I might even add that one more sentence. They were almost eaten, which would be so sad for them. And their mom would not be happy. So far we have, in the beginning of the story, the chicks lived on Mr. Green's farm. The chicks were curious and they didn't listen to their mom. That was the beginning. In the middle of the story, the chicks left the farm and were chased by the fox. They were almost eaten. So we have a really good summary so far that talks about the main points of the story. Now we're going to move to the end. Now the end is the most important part of how this big problem was solved. So right now these chicks are in trouble. They're being chased by the fox. They're almost eaten. How was the problem solved? What happened to the chicks that they were able to get away? And how was the problem solved? I am going to pick on one of you. Raise your hand if you want to share and tell me how the problem was solved. Let's see. I'm going to come back to my young lady where her microphone didn't work before. Let me unmute you. Hold on. For some reason, it's not letting me unmute you. Hold on. I don't know why. Can you talk for a second? No, I can't hear you yet. Let me see if I see you over here. I think my screen is possibly frozen, which happens sometimes when you're live because we're live streaming. It's not letting me unmute you for some reason, and I don't know why. Nope. Hold on. I don't know why I can't unmute you now. I am so sorry, sweetie. For some reason, it won't let me unmute you. Oh, no. Wait, let me go up here. Hold on. Oh, I see you twice now. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. I see you twice. All right, say hello. Let me see if I unmuted you. Hold on. No, it's not letting me unmute. I don't know why it's not letting me unmute now. Oh, say hello. Say hello. No, I still can't hear you. I don't know why. This is crazy. I'm so sorry. I can't hear you. All right, so let's talk about what happened at the end. I'm so sorry I can't hear you. Anyone else want to share what happened at the end? Zane, let me see if I can unmute you. Zane. Is that your name, Zane?
Yeah.
Hey, Zane, how are you?
Good.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, at the end, one of the chicks helped, his brothers and sisters find their way back home.
He did. That's right. One of the chicks helped their brothers and sisters find their way back home. And then what happened right at the end? Who else helped?
Trying to think.
You remember who else helped get that fox away from the farm?
The dog?
Yes, that's right. The dog made sure that fox ran away and didn't come on the farm. So Zane, you said we're going to write at the end of the story. At the end of the story, you said one of the chicks, right? Helped the other chicks what?
Escape the fox.
Good.
Yeah.
Help the other chicks escape the fox. Okay, so we have at the end of the story, one of the chicks helped the others escape the fox. And then what happened right at the end?
The last chicken got extra chicken feed when they got home.
Yes, that little chicken got extra chicken feed. Who also helped the other chickens? Who also helped them so that fox didn't come on the farm? What'd you say before?
Their dog. The dog.
Yeah, the dog.
I think I know how to, fix her microphone or something.
Do you, Zane?
If she's on mobile or something,
Mm-hmm.
you have to, allow microphone, and then there's, a button that says join the audio down where the microphone usually is, and then you have to click on that, and then you have to click, allow or something.
So
It depends on
she's on mobile. It looks like she's on some type of a laptop probably, or a tablet. So
Yeah.
you're right though. She does have to allow the microphone. Sometimes you have to do that in your settings. Zane, thanks for the technology help. I appreciate it. You did a great job with the ending. So Zane said at the end of the story, one of the chicks helped the others escape the fox. The dog chased the fox away. And we can even add, now Zane, are you in 5th grade, Zane?
Yeah.
So you could add a few more sentences about how the other chick, the chick that helped his brothers and sisters would get all the chicken feed that night. So for my students that are in 4th and 5th grade, definitely add more details to the end of that story, talking about how one of the brother or sister chicks helped the others, how he got extra chicken feed at the end. That's the way we're going to differentiate for our older learners like Zane, who's in 5th grade. So it's an easy way of summarizing the story for all different levels, but when you're in 4th and 5th grade and you're capable of writing much more, it's a great way to add more detail by adding a few more sentences and giving some of the smaller details at the end to do a really great detailed summary of the story. So you guys, great job, Zane. Thank you for helping. I really appreciate it. So what we're going to do is let's look at what we have so far. Let's look. In the beginning of the story, the chicks lived on Mr. Green's farm. The chicks were curious and they didn't listen to their mom. That's true. In the middle of the story, the chicks left the farm and were chased by the fox. They were almost eaten. Oh, goodness. And then Zane helped us with the end and said, at the end of the story, one of the chicks helped the others escape the fox. The dog chased the fox away. That's how we summarize a story using beginning, middle, and end. We think about the most important parts of the beginning, the most important part in the middle, and the most important part of the end. We don't want to write all the different details that happen because then we're just basically retelling the same story. When we're summarizing, we take the most important parts and bring that part into the writing. So you can do that writing right here. This is called an interactive notebook activity. So you could write the beginning behind the beginning, the middle behind the middle, and the end behind the end. And then what you can do is you can take a glue stick, right? Take a glue stick, add glue to the back of this page. Really simple, guys. Take a glue stick, and then just glue it to your notebook. Just like that. And then you could keep track of all of the activities right here in your notebook, and you have the beginning, middle, and end. You could also, if you wrote down your words, or you're making words, you could also cut out this piece and glue it in your notebook as well. Now, I am so proud of you. I had so much fun. I don't know about you, but I had a ton of fun because I love working with kids, and we're going to do this every single day, Monday through Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m. And tomorrow, my friends, I told you, look, I make a mess on my desk when I'm teaching. It's part of it. We're gonna talk about sharks and whales. We're gonna do nonfiction. I can't find my book, Sharks and Whales, but it's here somewhere. But before we leave, I'm gonna tell you a few more things. This is basically a homework assignment for you. And I'm gonna show you how to do this activity. It's super simple. So I have to be a little bit neater when I do my work on my desk, but I've got way too much going on. This is how you work out this activity. You're going to cut on the dotted lines. Super simple. I'm going to show you how to do this. And you're going to do this at home independently. And then you're going to show your mom or your dad, you show grandma, grandpa, your babysitter, whoever it is that is home with you. This is what you're going to do. And you're going to show them the answers. And you cut on the dotted lines. And this is called an interactive notebook activity. Now watch what I do. So now I've cut all these pieces. I'm going to take my glue stick, right? And I'm going to put glue down the center. Watch. I'm going to put glue down the center. Took my glue stick. And watch what I do. I'm going to glue it down in my notebook. Just like this. So watch. I put glue down the center. I cut it out. And now, under each flap, I'm going to answer these questions. This is your homework, since we all know that you're not in school right now. And then show the answers to anyone that you live at home with, or anyone that's with you. Any adult can check these out for you, okay? So underneath it says, let's just quickly look at these questions I have available for you. It's describe Mr. Green's farm. So the way you can do that is by visualizing. Think about the story that we read. And if you need to go back, you can go back to this video and watch the story, or you can also go to my blog. So on my website, I have all of these books for you there where you could read them again. And they're right there on my blog. It's called Simply Skilled in Second. And they're there for you to use and to read again and to listen to. And then in your own words, explain why the chicks often run away. Do you think the chicks have learned their lesson? I hope they did. Why or why not? Why do you think the chick's mother gets so upset when they run away? So these are questions I want you to answer on your own. And when you're done, show someone, show an adult, anyone that you're with, show an adult so they could check your answers. And again, if you want to see this story again, you could watch this video. It will be live on Facebook. Or you can go to my blog, which is simplyskilledin2nd.com. Actually, there's a link in the comments right now. My assistant just put that in. She put a bit.ly link in. It's called Home Learning Free Resources. You can go and read the story again. And that's your homework. And tomorrow, as I mentioned, again, I can't find my book, Sharks and Whales. We're going to talk about, oh, here it is. I found it. Sharks and Whales is tomorrow. We're going to work on nonfiction. So we're going to do a nonfiction book on sharks and whales tomorrow. I'm very excited. Lastly, for my parents that are listening, parents, if you're in the room and you're listening and you're with me, I want to quickly tell you about something I have for you. This is a trifold that I created for parents to help you when you're reading with your child at home. I provided all different types of questions and discussion prompts you can have with your child, and all you have to do is go to bit.ly/grparent. bit.ly/grparent. That is also in the chat. If you're on Zoom, you could print this out and use these questions when you read with your child at home. It will help with knowing what kinds of questions to ask your child when you're reading with them. So before we go, I want to see, for some reason my Zoom won't go live. So I'm going to unmute all of you really quickly because it gets loud because there's so many of you here. I want to know, did you like this story, Finding Their Way? Yes or no?
Yes.
You liked it? Yay, I'm so excited. Are you excited for tomorrow's Sharks and Whales? You excited? Good. We're going to be doing a lot. Hold on. We're going to be doing a lot of different stories over the next few weeks. Again, I'm going to be live every single day at 11 o'clock from Monday through Thursday, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time, and we're going to have some fun. We're basically going to do, today was a little bit longer just because it was our first day to get used to it, but get those supplies ready. So go around the house, get your markers, your crayons, pencil, paper, notebook, glue sticks, scissors, and again, if you have magnetic letters, break those out because it's a great way to practice our phonics skills when we do our word work, which we're going to do every day. We're going to practice our sight words every day, and we're going to read every day, and we're going to have a really good time. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson on our story, Finding Their Way, because I had so much fun. I hope you did too. Again, for those of you that are here on Zoom, all of the links are in the chat. You could also find them on my Facebook page. All you have to do is go to readwithanna.com. Readwithanna.com. Everything is there on Facebook. And we are going to go live again tomorrow, and we are going to be doing nonfiction, Sharks and Whales. So it's going to have the same format tomorrow. We're going to do some sight words, word work, comprehension, some writing, and then again, I will provide you with more questions for your child to work on at home. And again, if you want your child to read Finding Their Way by themselves or listen to it again in order to answer the questions, you're going to just go right over to my site, Simply Skilled in Second. There's a link in the comments for you to head on over there, and they can listen to the story again if they like. So we've been on a long time today. I'm sorry. I promise they won't take this long normally. We usually will go about 45 minutes to an hour. But because it was our first one today, our first live session, it was a little bit longer than I had anticipated. But we will get it down to about 45 minutes to an hour. And I am excited to meet all of you. I mean, look at all of you that are still here. We've got Brandon and Aubrey and Julia and Matthew and Parker and Pierce and Olivia and Emma and Zane, and I have Amy, and I have Themby, and I have all these wonderful names. I think it's Gio is here. So I can't always see all of your names, but I have ZM, Matthew. I see all of you, and I'm so happy that you came to read with Anna today. I'm happy to have you here, and we're going to do the same thing tomorrow. We're going to read Sharks and Whales. So again, parents, I'm asking for your help because we are all in this together. We're dealing with this situation where we're going to be home with our children and we're going to have to be teaching our children. So if I can provide you with an hour of learning for your child to allow you to go do whatever it is that you need to do, whether it be cooking or working or getting things ready or getting meals prepped, I'm here to help you. Again, this is completely free. I'm just doing this because I absolutely love working with kids, and teaching reading was my absolute favorite thing to do. I taught second grade for 23 years, so this is an absolute passion of mine. I love working with kids. I love teaching kids how to do these things, how to read, how to respond to the stories they read, how to work with words and understand phonics and the phonics skills that I'm going to be teaching. This is what I'm passionate about. So I'm asking you, please share this. Just if you go on Facebook, share the feed. All you got to do is click share it on your Facebook page, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, because that will tell Facebook that let's get this out to other people, that I could hopefully help other parents that are home, that are trying to work from home with their kids at home with them. So share this out. It would help me and it will help other parents and children, and that's my absolute ultimate goal, to help children with reading. So all of my little students that are with me live, I want you to go like this. I want to see you. Let me see you wave. Yay, yay, yay. And I'm going to give you a high five because you were awesome. You were great. And for those of you that answered questions, I am so proud of you. Not many children would come on live and start talking live online. Really, so good for you. I'm proud of you. We all have to step out of our comfort zone and try things that we've never tried before, just like I'm doing here. And let's have some fun doing it. So I hope you guys all join me tomorrow live. You always can go to readwithanna.com, readwithanna.com. That's where you will see me every day at 11 o'clock. Again, parents, share this out. It was a pleasure being with you today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you tomorrow and the next few weeks, because I'm here for you, my friends. So everybody, don't forget, go to readwithanna.com, share this out, and I hope you had a good time with me today, because I know I had a great time. So, love you guys lots. Thanks so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, 10 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Pacific, and we're going to work on nonfiction, Sharks and Whales. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Bye.